Hey, this is Kurt the Boat Doctor out here in Charleston. Got a little southeast wind, about 5 to 8. Colders, no whistlers, you know what, whatever they say. But this is a kind of unique boat. It's a cutter, they call it. Well designed and thought out. Structurally, I can't tell you, but I mean, this is probably only a 25, 26 footer. But I mean, really nicely done, good finishing, matting floor that they put on here. Same thing with the floor, nice wood, even the dash is kind of like pleather, and over there as well. I mean, really nice boat. So what the deal is, the guy bought it from somebody out of Brookings, and they did the rigging. So whoever rigged the motor previous with that reactor 40's got autopilot. They kind of had things a little messed up, so now I'm going to go out and recalibrate it, then take the gentleman that bought it out tomorrow. But what happened, that could have been a remote motor at one time, which I think it was. So then they put this autopilot on it, but he has no throttle and shift cables. Okay, that's fine and dandy, but you always got to get these things fired up, so you need to give it gas. So the problem he's got now that we found out, this little switch right here, that's the start button for that kicker motor. So I'm thinking this was remote or a tiller at one time. He took the button off, put the switch down here, because typically that switch is for that wash down. And I see there's a Johnson switch, which is an aftermarket switch, which then he ran his wash down off of that. So then later he said, well, I need a start, so he put the start switch in, but it isn't hooked up to the power. So what I would do eventually, because now that's got the choke, but you still got to give it gas, and once you run and shut them off and wait an hour, sometimes you got to give it throttle again to fire it up. Okay, so what I would do is hook that back up to kind of a remote again with throttle and shift cables. There's a bunch of different ways you could do that. You could pop it up in here. If you weren't going to be using this right here, you could actually put like a side mount 703 control box in here, which then you could be back here. You could still start it from right here, but you could start it, shift it and give it gas, and the fast idle lever would be in here. You close it up and you'd never know it was there. That's one option. You probably don't want to put it, you could put it over here to a flush mount, but I don't think you got enough depth. But if you could, you'd do a flush mount that would look nice, you could put back here. Or my thing is, if I wasn't using that for that, I would probably put that throttle and shift lever, the 703 control box in there. You can mount it down there as well. So its main thing is to get the thing started in an emergency quick, instead of having to run back there. And that's the whole purpose of a kicker motor, is if that one dies, you want to get that one fired up real quick. So if you had to run back there, pull that hood off, give it some gas, turn the key, go, and then put it in gear. And so I like that idea in there. Then you could put it there as well. You could put it down there. Down there it's kind of eliminated. And then you could actually, it would make not a lot of sense, but you could actually even mount it up in one of these side compartments, but that's silly, you know. So I would probably, that would be my choice, but I would definitely do that. And here's another thing I'd do on this boat. This is such a nice boat the way it's done. I'd put autopilot on that main 250. I mean, once you've had that and you're coming in off the ocean or just doing a long cruise, San Juan's, whatever, you know, and I'm pretty sure this has the auto guidance. So if you go with the, because you have bow thrusters on here, so that's like having twins. You know, of course, if it's pushing you up over to this dock here, all you do is crank the motor to the port, and then you hit your bow thrusters to pull that front. Because when you're backing up, of course, it's going to put the tail out and the bow in, so then the bow thrusters will kick you out. So it's like having twins, basically. But autopilot, and I'm sure that has auto guidance on that. So you could just hit, I want to go over here, you know, 30 miles that way. Then all I have to do is just mark it out there, hit auto guidance, and pretty soon it says, you want to engage autopilot, you hit it. So basically, this is too congested here, but once you get to that range marker over there, you could just hit that and it would take you right up the channel, right out over to the lighthouse if you wanted to. But that would be my suggestion. I mean, you got a nice boat. I mean, I would really set it over the top. And then this seat here folds down right here, which is nice to sit. I mean, this boat's kind of cool. Then you go here, this pops up. Here, put that down carefully, which you got padding back there. But this here, electric grill. I don't know if this, I think this is just electric for right now, but I think you can run it through the inverter. This has an inverter on it. This pops right out of here. And there is a fitting down there, but I don't think it's gas. There, see the electric right there? But there, it could have been a drip tray too, a hose that's down underneath this when you pull it out. So that makes it kind of nice. Put that there. You got a little sink back here. Cold water, put that there. Get this down, see how much time I got. Jeez, I'm already at 5 minutes. And this 250 should put this basically at 300, 225, 250, 300. Got downriggers I see right here. This is your waste pump out for the toilet. Then you got a step here. Now that's a good idea too. A lot of people, well, that's a gutter. No, it's not a gutter. That's actually to keep the spray from coming up. It would hit that and then shoot it off. Skylights. You got satellite TV. You got the Garmin radar. That's your water fill for fresh water. And your door here, and these must be lights. Yeah, here's your gas fill. Shower, I believe. Yep, shower. Electric steer. So I think, if I, yep, lights there. And then this switch has got to be lights down below. I'm going to leave those switches on when I go out just to see, so we know which switch that does. And then this, okay, if I'm looking at that, I said, why would you want a footrest there? Just so you look it up at that window. You look it up there, hinges. Oh, son of a bitch. That window must pop up, and there's your footrest. You can push this back, and you can have that. Hey, let's check that out. Yep, pivot seat. There, up, window. See what that does. Look at that. Ha ha ha. Yeah, hey, that's pretty trick. Then you come back here, flop that. You can sit up here. Oh, how neat is that? And then, if you figure it was kind of raining or dripping off, it would hit that window and your legs wouldn't get wet. And you got this overhang. Ha ha ha. That is neat. So then you just bring it back down. It's on shocks. There's your remote holder. So let's push this back down again. Push it back. Close it. Close it. Close. Close. Ah. Then you take this, pull out on this, bring that back. Table makes into a bed, microwave, flip seat here. You can flip this back like this, sit in it like this. Good stereo cup holders to get in. You got even a stop right there. I mean, these guys, whoops, nice. That's very nice. There's your bow thrusters, built-in compass, your horn. That's for the front running light. Yeah, it works. I can see the reflection. Wiper. Wiper. That should be reparked because it's hitting the side. And he must have canvas that goes up here. I see the snaps. And then that must be for the curtain. So yeah, covers the window. Huh, God, this guy's got everything in here. Accessories, heater, high-low, and so that means you got to fire it up, so that's got to be back there. Forward bilge, aft bilge works, macerator works, chart lights, that would be red, yep, right here. Hit this, that's your windlass, VHF, Ultraflex hydraulic. These must be for lights. I'm sure he's got some lights. I just seen them. Yeah, up underneath that hood. Huh. Then you got the light over there. Huh. So, highlight, half build, nav lights, chart lights. This was on a switch. And those are a push button. Yeah. Huh. There's your heater. How many minutes now? Oh, I got enough here just to go through the boat, and then I'll do the outside. Trim tabs, DEC control. This here's alcohol and electric. Right here, sink. Here tells you water level is full. Ship shore power. Wow. Then you're down in here. You've got a sink. Got TV. Those lights we just had on. This here they may tack up if they can. That's coming down just a little bit. And that's kind of crooked. That front mirror, I can just, that's up to him. But anyway, I'll just write notes. So TV, got his remotes, Roku, TV, mirror. Wow. Another heater vent. And I'm sure this must run off the inverter. Same thing as that fridge. And then up here, oh, I wonder if that would work. Let's try this. Bring that up. Lift this up. Bring this up. Yeah, huh. You got a little light in there. This was for your fuel. He's got a little bit of fuel. This is your heater. Yep, you can start that up. Pretty cool. Right here, Bosco. I remember this last one. It was Bosco and Icy Temp. And there's your voltage. Oh, here's the important power. See how it says shore power? We're not hooked up. You don't want inverter and shore power to be the same time. So that's why they put this stop switch. So then that's on, that's off. So you don't